All right. So we're gonna keep going today with U square. And this is one of the chapters from this amazing book by Pritchett. Remember a few days ago, we talked about the fly trying to escape. Then we talked about the promise. And then we talked about quantum leaps. So today I am right here on page 5, and the chapter is specifically on U squared. Then I have a small gift here for you if you choose to accept the gift. So what does it say on this U squared? What does that even mean, U squared? Like we know 2 squared is 4, 10 squared is 100. But what does that mean when you are squared? Or when I am squared? Like what does that even mean? All right, so here's what he said. U squared. Most people operate with a mindset that assumes success comes one step at a time. The unspoken but popular notion is that we must move systematically from our present level of achievement to the next. Then the thinking goes, from that stage, we can begin working toward graduating to still the next higher level in the sequence, gradual progress. U squared implies an explosive jump in your personal performance that puts you far beyond next logical step. Because it's logical to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, but this is guys talking here about an explosive jump, a quantum leap. And that's the difference in thinking. And he's talking about it in a quantum physics perspective, in quantum jumps in performance, quantum jumps of results. Really, really cool. So this is an unfortunate misconception, and it's clearly reflected in the way people function. They go about day to day striving to make incremental gains in their performance. That's pretty routine. That's the pathway to conventional growth. We've all done that. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, then you get to grade 10, then 11, 12, and you keep going. First year, second year, blah, 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 blah. But he said, but your life simply does not always have to operate that way, even though that's what we're used to. Advancing at a measured pace, step by step, from where you are to a little bit better, ordinarily feels easier, more natural, and even safer. But in certain areas of your life, you can just as easily think in terms of skipping levels. In certain areas, you can move from your present level of achievement to one that is several stages higher directly. See, it's easy to say you can make $1 extra, $2 extra, $10 extra, but to say you make an extra million, it's a different way of thinking. It's an explosive jump. It's a quantum leap. You make the quantum leap, you become U squared. Instead of accepting present circumstances or being content with gradual improvement, you go for a breakthrough. U squared implies an explosive jump in your personal performance that puts you far beyond the next logical step. It's a formula for stunning advances in achievement and the realization of your dreams. The concept is one of exponential gains rather than incremental progress. The concept is one of exponential gains rather than incremental progress. You might compare it to multiplying instead of adding. It means a geometric progression in your effectiveness. Geometric, right? It's like multiples, squared, not addition. That's exciting as well as provocative, but it gets even better. Remember, quantum leaps can come without apparent effort. See, that's the other kind of thing. You might think it's going to take a lot of work. No, it comes without apparent effort. These are high velocity moves that carry you to dramatically higher performance levels without a time consuming struggle. Because we always think we got to pay the price. We got to work hard. It's going to be so much difficult. It's not what he's saying here. Without apparent effort. These are high velocity moves that carry you to dramatically higher performance levels without a time-consuming struggle. Quantum leaps seem to violate common sense. Utterly. The idea of moving to a higher orbit and skipping several rungs on the achievement ladder in the process strikes people as far-fetched, maybe even outrageous. After the fact, quantum leaps may be viewed as practical, sensible, even obvious moves, but they typically do not come to you as the obvious moves at the moment. Usually it's in retrospect that you perceive their hidden logic and elegance. Invariably, quantum leaps are not complex or intricate maneuvers. They tend to be simple, energy efficient, and time saving. U2, the quantum leap strategy, can deliver those special dreams and ambitions that you instinctively feel should be yours. But the breakthrough demands a radical departure from some of your habits. I love that. A radical departure from your habits. Habitually, we're not used to this. Habitually, we're not used to quantum jump. We're used to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sequential. But this is not what he's talking about. He's talking about changing. I like how he finished it. But the breakthrough demands a radical departure from some of your habits. Like even today, in the habit of reading this every day, the habit of coming up and actually reading a lesson, reading a chapter. It's like, oh, I had to make the time. So, but all it takes by making a decision. Once you make that decision, you start progressing and you start finding the energy that you need to progress into the level that you want. So, like I promised, I have here, which I've been reading in another book, the self-confidence formula. And if this is something you want, you can actually get a copy of it and have it and read it at your own pleasure. I can email it to you. So just reach out and I'll get it to you. It's pretty cool. It comes from Andrew Carnegie, who passed it to Napoleon Hill, who interviewed the 500 richest people in the world. And these are the Andrew Carnegies, the Rockefellers, the Edisons, and what have you in the Fords. So it's a pretty cool, and it's based on science and psychology. This is not maybe, this is facts. This is science and psychology. All right. So that's that. So what I want to leave you with is that, you make a decision and put yourself on a challenge mode as to where you're going to be 30 days from now. How can you focus? How can you focus even just to watch this every day as I put it out, and you watch it and you see it and see if you can just do that. Like, don't take my word for the material. You test out the material. See if you can discipline yourself to do something you've never done before. And the definition of discipline in my sense is the ability to give yourself a command and follow it. That's what I learned from the late mentor, Bob Proctor. The ability to give yourself a command and follow it. And he learned that from Earl. Now, you have to develop this confidence. You have to develop this ability to make that decision, because it all stems from a decision and accepting that challenge that really is going to propel you to a whole other level. So if you accept the challenge, go for it, read it, reply, let me know. If you want this thing, let me know. And we keep going. Tomorrow's chapter is going to be on change your personal rules for success. Wow, change your personal rules for success. And he did finish this lesson, U2, by the habit. So what's the one habit that you're going to change? What's the one significant habit that if you change, your income will change? Now, what's the one habit that if you change, your room will change, your office will change, your team will change, your dynamics, your leadership, how you show up? What is the one thing that's very painful for you that if you focus on it, and you decide to change, you can really change, right? What's that one thing? How effective can you become, right? Okay, let's detach from the monetary outcome, or let's detach from why you're really doing it. Just put yourself to this challenge to test yourself so that you can get better. Because the whole idea is that, can you get better, right? At the end of every day, did you get better today? Did you read something and benefit, or are you going just through the motions of growth, through the motions of, oh, I eat, take a break, take a coffee, go for a drive? Or are you really growing, right? Are you getting better, So I'll leave you with this. And then ask yourself these two questions. Did I do my best? Did I do my best? And if not, why not? And if not, why not? See you tomorrow. And again, if you want this, let me know. I'll send it to you.